Glaciers in Western Canada retreating at unprecedented pace because of climate change.
Here's a summary of the article.
Climate change is prompting glaciers in British Columbia, Yukon and Alberta to retreat faster than at any time in history, threatening to raise water levels and create deserts, scientists say. David Hick, an ecology professor at Simon Fraser University, said the region is one of the hotspots for warming and the magnitude of change in the glaciers is dramatic. The First State of the Mountains report, co-authored by Hick and Robinson and published in May by the Alpine Club of Canada, says outside of the ice sheets of Antarctica and Greenland, Canada has more glacier cover than any other nation. One of the first effects of melting glaciers is an increase in sea level, Hick said. Melting of the St. Elias glaciers accounted for a 1.1 mm increase in sea level rise in the last 50 years, Hick said. As glaciers recede, more water flows downhill, but the further the ice sheets retreat, the less water there is to go downstream and soon the area begins to dry, Hick said. Glaciers act as a bank account during hot summers when water is scarce, Hick said.
This post received a score of 18,391, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Create desserts, yum yum, we are so screwed.
Yep. We can always adapt to different environments within reason, but unfortunately wildlife cannot. The plankton in the ocean are dying and our trees are burning away. What is most concerning IMO is that we will lack oxygen.
I'm starting to think that Phoenix is a test city for when the desertification spreads to more of the planet, so we are very well and prepared for what infrastructure is required to support life in our new dune planet. I mean, they have a freaking professional hockey team there.
The Columbia ice fields are a mess. They used to be so icy. Now they're sludge. Such a difference from 40 years ago when I first saw them. Because brainwashed morons think climate change isn't doing anything drastic.
They don't see the ice melt from the south.
If climate change denialism was only confined to the south, it wouldn't be a problem.
Who else is denying it? The South is 50% of the U.S. voting population and they've been running the show for 2 years now. The rest America and the entire world is trying to mobilize on this but can't make serious headway without the US Gov working together on it.
If you think 100% of the South are Republican voters in the pocket of big business and 100% of the North are innocent Democratic voters, you're deluded. Besides gerrymandering and electoral college obscuring the real voting numbers in America, it's generally urban versus rural, not North versus South. And although the Republicans tend to pass laws as a block and toe the obviously corrupt party line, plenty of Dems are receiving oil and other polluter money.
Not to mention that the last 2 years of Republicans in power has nearly nothing to do with the climate change issues of today. Scientists have been warning us about this for 50 years. This is multi-generational ignorance and/or avoidance.
Climate change is the stupidest fucking problem for a species to have. It's in the best interests of nearly everyone to make the air breathable again, rid the rivers of poison, and freed us of our dependence on dictators and their oil. The problem is that it isn't in the dictators' best interests and they and their insidious oil money control most of international politics. Major oil and coal producers are guilty of ecocide against the planet, on top of the many crimes against humanity they commit off-grid in pursuit of ever less valuable oil sources to enrich them and their friends, and damn the consequences for the billions of the rest of us.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.